Here is my t-shirt order form page that I made. Of course, you can order a math t-shirt, either the popular SOHCAHTOA, or the Life Without Geometry is Pointless, or the Pi t-shirt, your choice. Anyway, I'm letting users select the t-shirt they want using radio buttons, and you have used radio buttons many times, I'm sure. The thing about radio buttons is it only lets you click one of them at a time. In other words, if I click geometry, it unclicks or unchecks SOHCAHTOA. If I check pi, it unchecks the other two. So how do radio buttons know that when you click one, the others are unchecked? And I can do this for my t-shirt size as well. If I pick medium, small is unchecked, and so forth. Only lets me pick one of this group, one of this group, and then same with the bottom. Oh, I want a red one for sure, one of the bottom group. So I'll take a pi, small, and I want color red. So how does it know only to check one of these? And then let me just hit submit, and you can see what happens. Of course, in this output area, it says you ordered a small red pi t-shirt. The price is $12 plus $4.99 shipping. Thank you for your order. So let's take a look at the code here on the left. The way you make radio buttons select only one at a time is you name each group of radio buttons the same name. So this top group of radio buttons I have named style. They're all named style. Now again, this is just a variable name. I could have named it anything, but the fact that I named them all the same name lets JavaScript know, or actually this is the HTML part, lets it know that only one can be checked at a time. And you'll notice at the beginning I had the SOHCAHTOA checked. That's because I had the checked keyword right here. So this is my default checked. I mean, I could change this certainly. I could have said, well, I want to start out with this guy checked. And of course, if I save this and refresh my page, you can see that now when the page loads, the pi one is checked. So again, the thing that makes only one radio button checked at a time is you name them all the same name. Now, I mean, just to show you, for example, like if I, instead of calling this guy style, if I said this guy is called size, then this now, it thinks that pi is in this group with these other radio buttons all called size. And if I refresh the page, this is a little weird, but if I click size, it should only allow one of the, well, the problem is I forced that to be checked. Let me refresh this one more time. So you can see that now if I click pi, it unchecks the other ones, which is a little weird, but so again, naming them the same name is key. I'm going to change this back to style. All right. So groups of radio buttons need to be the same name. These are all named size. These are all named color, allowing me to only check one. So then the only other thing is, how do I figure out what they checked? Well, if you scroll up to the top, I have, again, let's remember, style, size, and color are my groups of radio buttons. Up here on the top, I have a function called check buttons. Now, of course, check buttons is run when they click submit. It says, where is it? It says, button submit, run the function check buttons, on click check buttons. So up here is check buttons. And the name of each radio button is t-shirt. This is the name of my form, t-shirt.style.checked. Now, this syntax is different than you've seen before. What this is saying is the style button number 0. In computer science, most things are numbered starting with 0. So style button number 0 is actually this first one. I know you think this is really numbered 1, 2, 3, but in computer programming, they start counting at 0. So this is really style button number 0, style button number 1, style button number 2. So this says if t-shirt style button number 0 is checked, then the type of shirt that they want is t-shirt.style.0.value. If they select style number 1, then the type of t-shirt they want is t-shirt.style number 1, and so forth. Else, it's t-shirt.style2.value. And it's the exact same code for the t-shirt size and for the t-shirt color. So I'm just going to scroll back down to the bottom another moment. So again, look closely at this. If they check button 0, then the type of t-shirt, I'm setting a variable called type, is t-shirt.size0.value. So let's look back here at the bottom. You can see what I did. For all of my t-shirt styles here, they're all named style, but I gave each one a different value. So this is so basically up top I'm saying if they select this one, the value is getting set to the first button, which is SOHCAHTOA. If they check this one, it's getting set to this value, which is geometry, and so forth. The next button is called pi. So the key thing for radio buttons is name them all the same name, but make the values different. Make the values what you want the button to, what you want a variable to be assigned to if they check that button. The last one, of course, I'm assigning the t-shirt color, either black, white, red, or blue are my t-shirt colors. Again, look up here, and you're going to, I'm going to supply this page as an example underneath the video so you can use this to model your radio buttons. So hopefully this makes some sense. Whichever radio button they check, I'm assigning a variable, in this case I'm using type, some value. Here are my variables up here, type, size, color. So now they select the t-shirt size, and I'm setting a variable called size. Here they check color, I'm setting a variable called color. And then down here, of course, at the end of my function, t-shirt.order.value is the name of this output box. I'm just putting into that output box whatever size they selected, whatever color they selected, whatever type. And I'm saying, you know, how much the price is and how much the shipping is and so forth. And hopefully you know that t-shirt.order.value, remember the name of my form is t-shirt, and the name of this output field right here is order, and then I'm setting its value to something. So this was pretty quick, but pay close attention to the syntax of radio buttons and use this as a template when you make your own page using radio buttons. All right, get to work on the next project.